Samuel Thaddeus Clowse. My birth name. Samuel Thaddeus Clowse. Sam T. Clowse. Sam T. Clowse. Santa Claus. Santa Claus. That easy. No angels heard on high or spirits from the realms. Just generations of children and a handful of speech impediments. And Rockwell. Guy keeps popping up, doesn't he? I pissed on his grave in a drunken stupor on Christmas Eve. That was not a good year. Two bad relationships, the help went on strike, caught pneumonia, then the flu, and woke up December 24th on a 3-week drunk with a bottle of Doers in my hand. Then it started snowing. Half the children in America got Rock'em Sock'em Robots, a quarter of them got Cabbage Patch Dolls, and the rest got Play-Doh. This wasn't up for Figure It Out Malibu Stacy from Sunshine Barbie. I had a lot to explain the following year. One 9-year-old boy in Buffalo actually worked out a cash settlement with me. He was a tough little prick. He spent 18 years working double shifts at a steel mill, 18 miles from his house, and dropped dead on his 35th birthday. He was a millionaire, and he was still living in his mother's basement. That's the Christmas I took a dump at Graceland. Believe it or not, things were looking up by that point. I'm really no different from any of you in that sense. I mean, I have good years and bad years, good holidays and bad holidays. It's kind of make or break for me because I'm limited to the one day, but the overall feeling is the same. I've always found it odd that people remember the Christmas their brother got killed so much more vividly than the Christmas that Uncle Robin had her triplets. It's like we all want to attach these horrible feelings to the moments we should revel in the most. It's like a fine we pay for feeling festive 6 days out of the year. And the kids, they don't do it so much. You know, they're happy with the gifts and everything, but so you don't see a whole lot of 8-year-olds hanging themselves in the dining room 15 minutes before the family leaves for midnight mass. I've found enough of them over the years. I can't really do anything. It's like a rule that I can't interfere, but I'm gonna tell you, it creeps you out a little when you stand up in somebody's parlor and little Chucky's dad is swinging from his necktie next to the kitchen. You just go about your business and you try not to look, but part of you knows that in 4 hours, little Chucky's gonna be the first one down the stairs. And then Christmas is gonna be different for him forever. And it pisses me off. I mean, suicide is a selfish act anyway. But doing it in the living room on Christmas Eve, when you know your son's going to be the one that finds you, that crosses lines of pure humanity. I guess that I'm an asshole for saying this, but in my eyes, only a monster would kill himself on Christmas. Still, I'm privileged to lead a much longer life than most people, and I thank God for that. I've seen a lot of changes. Lord knows how many presidents. You think Jack Kennedy got had? You should try dropping off a football at the Oswald house some Christmas Eve and wonder how the hell any child ever got out of that place alive. I'm not saying what he did was right, so don't even start that shit. He was an evil man and he got what he deserved. What I'm saying is, you have to spend a lot of time fucking a kid up to get him to turn out like that. And I'm bringing him a football. I got 4, maybe 5 years until this kid starts worshiping the devil, and the best I can do is a football. I guess that's maybe why after 100 years I'm just kind of some myth or legend, because I'm not exactly tongue-fucking the wheel of history here. So, to keep from going crazy with him, you tell yourself that there are two sides to every story and hope for the best. Maybe Lee Harvey's old man took that football and traded it for a six-pack. Or maybe they played catch for the first time, and somewhere in that child's cage, he managed to find a single, solitary moment of contentment. That's worth the football and the effort to get it there. And it makes up for the work boots he got the year after that. I once left a little girl in Laredo, Texas, enough toys for 10 Christmases because she left me a pulled pork sandwich and a glass of lemonade. I savored every bite of that food. I mean, the sauce was dripping down my chin and all over my mittens. Chugged that lemonade down in one long pull and started unloading. I mean, this was an incredible sandwich. It was big as my two hands put together. I filled the entire first floor of that house with toys for that. Every doll she could imagine, and houses for every one of them. The games, gadgets. I put a swing set in the middle of the dining room. She literally had to open presents to get down the stairs. Mom and Dad, they were a little bit creeped out, but they didn't call the cops. I really don't know what came over me. I was hungry, and I hadn't seen anything but sugar cookies and skim milk for 2 hours. The following year, that little girl's cousin made fun of her because she still believed in Santa, so she was too embarrassed to put anything out. That was one of the few times that I actually took presents from the house. I grabbed every gift marked for the cousin, filled the first floor with presents for the little girl again, and zipped away. Mom and Dad started to call the cops that time, but seriously, what are you going to say? That little girl's cousin, to this day, gets a mysterious box of dirty cat litter under her tree every year. I make that stop even if I'm running an hour late. She's in her 40s now and she lives by herself. She's completely paranoid. And every Christmas, she sets up a video camera. And of course, she never does. Nobody believes her. Not even her family. This was a really good sandwich.